Well, hello there, motherfuckers, and welcome to your SummerSlam predictions video. So, do I really have to watch this show tomorrow night? I mean, honestly, is it going to be 5 hours? How long is this thing even going to be? Remember when WrestleMania 17 came around and WrestleMania became 4 hours? And, people were excited for this. More Mania, more matches, more storylines, more larger-than-life characters. And now, like, every pay-per-view is now 4 hours. So that would mean that SummerSlam is more special than, say, Backlash. So this one's going to be like 5 hours. You add in the kickoff matches, and before you know it, we're going to probably be at like 5.5 hours, close to 6, and I don't even know anymore. Like, doesn't this make WrestleMania feel less special? At that time, it was like, all pay-per-views, even WrestleMania was only 2.5 hours at the very most. Very rarely, as I said in the past, had a pay-per-view ever went to 3 hours. It was like maximum 2 hours and 45 minutes, if that. So, it was like, it's kind of crazy thinking back on it. WrestleMania used to be just as long as an in-your-house pay-per-view. Like a throwaway B-show pay-per-view. Now they're all the same length, so they all feel the same base. And, WrestleMania will always hold its prestige above all the rest. But, as years go by and the quality only declines, I mean, I can't really defend even WrestleMania all that much anymore. So, we've got some pre-show matches here. I think the B team is going to retain against the Revival. The Revival's not... We have a cruiserweight match. Who really cares about that? I'm not even going to predict it. I haven't even watched 205 Live in such a long time. Even when Enzo was there, I would just, go on YouTube and watch Enzo's segment and then, just bail out for the rest of the show. We've got Lana and Rusev. I think we'll probably see Lana and Rusev, triumph in this match, because they've been having Lana lose so much on TV. They had Rusev, I think, also losing to Almas. So let's go to the main card and see what they've got planned. God, man, this is gonna be atrocious. But let's start from the top. I mean, really, this card is just... well, you'll understand when I get to all of it. Elias is not even scheduled to have a match against Bobby Lashley. You know what he's scheduled for on this card? To perform his greatest song. That's it. So, first they screw Elias out of a match at Mania. Then, we're not even going to give him a match at SummerSlam. And he's like one of the most over guys on the roster. Next to Braun Strowman, I seriously think that he gets one of the biggest reactions. When you could get the whole crowd to say your catchphrase along with you, I'd say you've made it. I think you've done more than a Finn Balor or a Kevin Owens could ever accomplish. But for some reason, we're going to build up Lashley. Okay, Elias Lashley. The guy who wrestled Roman Reigns, beat Roman Reigns on the last pay-per-view. He's not even scheduled for a match. Now, he'll probably come out during the Elias segment. But how are they not going to make this a match on the pay-per-view? And I know I say I'm not all about matches. I'm all about story and everything. But it's a pay-per-view. The one time where the pay-per-view is mostly supposed to be about the matches. This is supposed to be the build-up. All the story on all the shows is supposed to lead up to the pay-per-view, to the matches. So the one time when they're supposed to do the matches, they don't do the match. Right, so moving on, the Bludgeon Brothers. I think they'll defeat New Day. I mean, are they really going to have the New Day beat the Bludgeon Brothers? I think they backed themselves into a corner here. they've got the Bludgeon Brothers that are very dominant, but they don't know who to put them up against. So, if they already beat the New Day and the Usos, why are we going to have a one-on-one here when they've already dominated both teams? You know, they're running out of ideas. We could have had the Bar. The Bar wasn't on TV for months. They bring them back and, you know, they've got nothing for them. And the crazy thing is also this, too, I'm thinking about is, on SmackDown, you didn't even see the Bar. I didn't even mention that in my SmackDown review, and they're gone again, basically. Then you've got Finn Balor and Baron Corbin. I can't believe that this is even a SummerSlam match. Now, it's going to be probably low on the card, but even still, I mean, after you've shown this match so many times on the last pay-per-view even, and you're going to do it again on Raw multiple times and do it in tag matches, you really have the nerve to put it on SummerSlam. So Elias doesn't get a match. Bobby Lashley doesn't get a match. But Finn Balor and Baron Corbin are having a match at the pay-per-view. I mean, you know, come on here. I know I've asked this question time and time again, but who's booking this shit? Honestly, this is like a decision here that I really don't understand. You're not going to put Elias or Lashley on the card. You're going to have them appear probably, but you're not going to put them in a match. But you're going to have the match that we already saw a dozen times already and throw this on the card. I think Balor's going to win here. I mean, he lost all the other times, right? Did Balor maybe win one time? I think they're going to go for a feel-good moment. Oh, he triumphed over the guy that's been calling him small. How exciting, even though we already saw that multiple times with Big Cass and Daniel Bryan. It just, you know, reassures us that the copy and paste method from SmackDown to Raw and from Raw to SmackDown is still very much alive. Murphy and Jeff Hardy for the U.S. title. I think that Jeff will probably win by DQ and Randy Orton runs in. I mean, once again, all this build with Randy Orton, and then we're just going to have a match with Murphy here. You see what I'm saying? It's like they did all this build for SummerSlam, lack thereof, but, you know, there was some build. And half the people that were a part of the build are not even involved in the card. I don't know if it's Randy Orton sticking his hand down his pants and shaking the hands of new writers, but I don't know. Why is he not on? So how is Randy Orton? And how did they forget? I mean, the writers are concerned about SummerSlam not having enough excitement. It's like all of a sudden they just realize that a pay-per-view doesn't have an excitement. Where have they been for the past decade? I mean, yeah, oh wow, SummerSlam is not exciting. Yeah, where were you for Backlash, Money in the Bank, WrestleMania, Royal Rumble, Hell in a Cell? You know what I mean? And you could say this for multiple years. I haven't been excited for a pay-per-view in a very, very, very long time. And so, I mean, the thing is what I'm trying to say. No Randy Orton, no John Cena, no Undertaker. I mean, the people at their disposal. Healthy people right now that could compete on your card. And you're concerned about WrestleMania not being a success. I mean, about SummerSlam not being a success. So you're not going to, make sure you're not going to batten down the hatches and make sure that all hands are on deck for this card. You're not even going to put Bobby Lashley or one of your most over people on the card in Elias. But you will put a match that we've already seen about 3 times already. This one also, Balor and Corbin, also Murphy and Jeff Hardy. So I expect a run-in from Randy Orton. Daniel Bryan will defeat The Miz. It'll probably be a good match. I don't know if they'll probably try to, prolong this maybe with a DQ or something like that. But, I'm looking forward to this match. I want to see it, and hopefully, after this match, after this feud, they could get Daniel Bryan back on track so they could stop with the, cutting promos on him that he's done nothing since his return. The most hilarious thing is, if they were doing their job correctly, The Miz wouldn't even be able to cut that promo on him. And I said this time and time again, when the wrestlers and the announcers are criticizing the product, you've got big problems on your hands. This is not just a matter of having, good promo material and, ooh, gotcha, That should be like other stuff, not like the storyline and the quality of the show. When you have Brock Lesnar saying, why should I watch the show, I mean, come on, it speaks for itself. How many times have we had these situations on TV where where the wrestlers are basically saying that the show sucks, and we're all supposed to just laugh? Oh, it's true. Yeah, it's true. I'm not laughing. I don't find it funny. I think it's really stupid, and I think it really shows a real sense of negligence and just not knowing what the fuck they're doing. Carmella will defeat Charlotte and Becky Lynch. I think there's going to be some miscommunication here. Maybe an Ellsworth run-in, but there'll definitely be some stuff with Becky and Charlotte. It's going to lead to a feud, something to... I don't know if Asuka's injured or whatever, but she's just fucking gone. Like, she's out of here. I mean, it just shows that they... I don't even think that she's injured from what I heard. She's just not booked. They couldn't even have the decency to make this a fatal four-way to get her involved. I mean, man, like, what happened with Asuka? It's like, are they going to, blame her for not getting over? Again, let's blame the wrestlers for not getting over, not for us not helping them to get over. It's one of these classic tales. Again, another failure. Put another feather in the cap, a failure feather in the cap of the creative team. Another wrestler buried successfully. Congratulations, guys. It must be a really hard job to fuck that many careers up, but you're still going strong, motherfuckers. Ziggler will defeat Rollins. I am pretty sure that Ambrose will turn on him. He looks like a heel. It would be perfect. Watch him fuck it up, though. Everyone is asking, they'll be like, oh, that will be too predictable. Sometimes predictability is good. Sometimes just going against the grain and doing the opposite of what people think, that's kind of grown tiresome as well. They've done enough of that shit already. It's time to get some storylines going. It's time to get some character development going. This guy has been WWE champion, and there's still, we don't even know who he is. We're told he's a lunatic. He doesn't act like one. He had a potted plant named Mitch, and outside of that, I don't know. He looks good with the haircut. He's got a great physique. Now would be the time to just do a complete 180 and change this guy. If you're going to do lunatic, like I said, have the guy talk to Mick Foley. Have him talk to Al Snow. Have him talk to Jake Roberts. Remember the time when Jake Roberts actually came out, a few years back, and put the snake on top of him? Or whatever it was, and they never followed up on it. It was totally random. Why weren't they involving these two guys in something? Have them talk to Jake Roberts. Teach him how to cut a psychological promo. Teach the guy, what to do. What you want to do. Ambrose is a talented guy. I've seen it. The guy can cut a promo. You just got to give him material. That's all there is. Braun Strowman will defeat Kevin Owens. When I wrote this one, I was a bit unsure. I mean, are they really going to have Braun Strowman, cash in on somebody? It's is this the guy? I mean, like I said, a thing about the briefcase, which started with Edge, is supposed to be you got to be an opportunist. Cash it in when it was the same thing with Cena. It just didn't fit. A guy that's already accomplished, he doesn't need to find an opportunity. He's already had multiple opportunities. They should have had him beat Brock at No Mercy. He would have been even more over. He would have been in the way better spot. We wouldn't have had the whole mess that we have now of him, being considered the worst champion of all time. We wouldn't even be talking about this right now. Had they just, done what everybody wanted and just put the belt on Braun. So, Owens has got nothing to do. He's been tossed off of cages, tossed off of ladders, lost multiple matches, and this guy was a former Universal Champion. I mean, so, I don't know. If you don't give him the briefcase here, where do you go with Owens at this? Honestly, if they don't give him the win, it's just, I don't really see him winning here. What's the scenario? I mean, I guess they could go with a lame DQ finish, and, Owens will, grab the briefcase and laugh at him, something, maybe get gender involved somehow. So many wrestlers on this roster completely fucked. Just their characters have been tarnished when they started to gain heat, like Mahal or even Owens. They just ripped it all away from them, completely fucked them up royally. They're at the point of no return right now. They have no place to go for any of these guys because they've buried them so deep into the ground. It's even if they do give Owens a briefcase, it's okay, well, now you just took something off of Strowman. You're making him look stupid. Ronda Rousey will defeat Alexa Bliss. I know people are going to say this is really predictable, but WWE, listen. Just fucking give it to her. Do not mess around. Don't try to do anything cute. Oh, I'll hold it for the next pay-per-view. No. 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 Just give her the belt. Let her hold the belt so when you do your big old fancy Evolution pay-per-view, you'll have her as champion. You could do some cool dream match with her. Put her up against somebody tough. I guess it's not going to be Beth Phoenix. I don't know who you could really put her up against. Put her against somebody. Put her against... I don't know who you could put her on. I mean, that's really interesting. I mean, with Rousey being as dominant as she is, I can't really think of anybody that she could go against. I mean, I would say Lita. I mean, it'd be cool, but... she just seems like she tears these people apart. That's the problem. You don't have tough enough women. This is why I said they should have pushed Sonya Deville so much harder. She would have been a reputable opponent for her. But now it's it's a pretty open shut case with most of these wrestlers. Unless they cheat. How many times are they going to do this? They got to get tougher wrestlers on here. Tougher women. I mean, man. Like I said before, I'm all for the women's revolution and everything, but fucking give me one. Don't give me this sad excuse. Oh, we're doing firsts. We're making history. Ha 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 ha. I mean, they're all about making history. It doesn't matter if the quality's good. It doesn't matter if the build is there. It doesn't matter if anyone's getting over. We're making history, guys. That's all that matters. That's all that matters to them, making history. Even if the end of the day, even if it doesn't mean fuck all. It's just, we made history, and that's it. That's all they can make the claim that they did. It doesn't matter if, like I said, if anyone got over, if it really helped anybody, if, it doesn't matter if it matters with the Reigns. Oh, we made history. Let's play, let's just look good let's do some good PR here, even if it looks like total shit. So, I mean, just have Rousey beat her. Like I said, make it a good match. I mean, she should just kill her in this match, basically. That might hurt Bliss in the end. I really like Bliss, like I says, I put her over all the time, but it comes a time now where you just got to make Rousey look strong. I don't know really how you get your... this is how they book themselves into these messes. How do you get Rousey to look good, but not make Alexa Bliss look like a total fucking punk? I don't know. You guys are paid all that money. You fucking figure it out. I'm just a guy on YouTube, I give ideas sometimes here, but I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, how you do this one. AJ Styles will defeat Samoa Joe. I just can't wait till this is over. Just fucking end it. Whatever you gotta do. Just have AJ win. I mean, I don't think they're gonna give it to old, donut muncher over there. He's fat. We all know this already. It's just. I mean, the last thing we saw, the last image when we think about this match is Samoa Joe reading a letter. I mean, that just basically says it all right there. He was reading a letter on TV, on an entertainment show. I mean, it just says it right there. I mean, you might as well just fucking read a book yourself and save yourself some time, I suppose. I mean, people are probably going to lie and say this is the best match on the card because it's two ROH guys, it's two TNA guys, whatever, two guys that wrestled in Japan, whatever you want to fucking say. Yeah, I know you're going to go ahead and you're going to, it's going to be great. You're going to really put this one over big time. I mean, guys, just stop. We've seen this match 1,000 fucking times in ROH. 1,000 we haven't seen it yet in WWE. Well, here you go. You're going to have it right now. I just can't wait till it's over. I'm bored with Samoa Joe. I love AJ. You guys know that, but I'm bored with him too. Title run is just lame as fuck. Just stop. I mean, my God. I kind of wish that the Money in the Bank was on the SmackDown side just so they could get the fucking belt off of him already. Then you got Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar. And I mean, this feels all way too basic. But I gotta say, it's gonna feel like a hollow victory. But they gotta give it to Reigns here. I mean, how many times are they gonna have this match? And I know already it's like, people are a little bit ridiculous. They exaggerate. We've only really seen this match 3 times. Really. I mean, we saw it in 2015 when Rollins won the belt. Then we saw it at WrestleMania. And then, which I didn't even watch this match, was the one that they had in Saudi Arabia at the Greatest Royal Rumble. So 3 times. So this is really their 4th match. So it really hasn't happened that many times. I think it's going to be a great match. I'm looking forward to it. The only thing is just that they've beat Reigns to hell the past few months. I mean, they've sidetracked his ass. They just, people don't. Roman Reigns is a great wrestler. I mean, every match you watch this guy in, can you really honestly say, I mean, we've passed the point now where you could say that Roman Reigns is a bad wrestler. He's held his own so many times. He's put together some great matches. And people are just use the excuse, oh, he got carried by the other guy. Really? So is that why Braun Strowman looked like $1 million every single time they had a match? I mean, come on, guys. Honestly, please. And, we can say the things about the promos and everything. The guy's done very well on the mic. Compare him to 2015, and he's doing a bang-up job. The only problem is his character. It sounds ridiculous that the fans are booing him. It's like the same deal with Cena. We're just going to ignore the fact that he's so polarizing. We're going to ignore this fact constantly. We're going to avoid turning him heel. We're just going to dance around. I mean, enough is enough already. Maybe they'll do something interesting, a double turn with Paul Heyman. I think they fucked the storyline up on Raw, though. I mean, when they had him mace Roman, I was like, well, there goes the only interesting thing going into SummerSlam. The fact that Paul Heyman, is not going to be with Brock. So Brock's going to be unchained and everything. They could have told that story. Maybe we'll see something surprising. Hey, I mean, think about it. How awesome would it be to have Brock think that he's going in this match with Heyman in this corner? What a great story to tell, right? The thing is, why I'm saying that it sucks and I'm jumping the gun here is because I know they ain't going to do that. We're going to see months from now, it's going to go back to the same old deal, my name is Paul Heyman, and this is my client, and he's the longest reigning defender. We're gonna hear the same shtick in a few months whenever Brock decides to pop up again. I mean, honestly, really, but hear me out. The story that I'd like to see, where I completely take back everything I said on Raw, in my Raw review, and I will, you guys know I'll be the first one to admit when I'm wrong or I made a mistake. just like I said, I made a lot of videos against Roman Reigns. I still stand by that they had a lot of shitty stuff to say. But I should have never really said that Roman sucks. I didn't blame it enough on the creative team. I made it sound like I was blaming the rest. That's why I kind of craft how I say things a little bit better now. So it doesn't sound like I'm blaming the wrestler as much. And a lot of it was a lot of comedy, but, whatever the case may be. The thing is, the story I'd like to see is right at the end, it might look like Brock is about to win. Then maybe Heyman jumps up with the mace again and sprays it in Brock's face. Or maybe he low blows Brock. Whatever the case may be, turns on Brock. Roman hits the spear, gets the win. Heyman starts laughing, raising the hand, and Roman starts laughing as well. Next night on Raw, we get Heyman cutting the same type of promo he would for Brock, for Roman, and there you go. There's the heel turn of the century. And the thing is, Heyman is writing for them right now. I don't really notice it a lot. I mean, the segment where they had Brock, strung throughout the show, that must have been a Heyman right there. Because I haven't seen anything like that in fucking years from them. Now, if we see that, what I just described at SummerSlam, that's going to be 100% Paul Heyman right there. We're going to know right away something way better than what we're used to. That's definitely going to be a Heyman right there. So I'm really hoping that's how it goes. But I don't think that it will. It's probably going to go the way how I said. Probably a normal, plain old babyface style win for Roman. The next night on Raw, we go back to people booing Roman, and we're trying to ignore that shit like it's not even happening. I mean, this is what I'm saying about this company. Spinning its wheels in the dirt, going nowhere fast. But, we've come to expect this from this company. I mean, what do you expect? Anyway, that's your SummerSlam preview there. There's the predictions. I really hope, seriously, that the two biggest things I want to see out of this show is I want to see, what I just said about Roman Reigns, with the Paul Heyman alliance. That would be awesome to see Heyman side with Roman. And, I want to see Rousey win the title, of course, but I think that's pretty much a given. And what was the other thing that I wanted to say? I'm kind of forgetting in a way here. Oh, Dean Ambrose turning on Seth Rollins. I mean, that would be interesting. I know, we already saw this feud already a few years back, but it would be interesting to revisit it with different characters. The roles would be reversed, with Ambrose being the heel and Rollins being the face this time. It's just I'm not looking forward to these promos. My friend turned on me last night. I mean, we're not looking. No. Oh, God. I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's like, I want to see Ambrose go heel. I want to see them do things with this guy, especially with that new look. But I don't want to. Oh, God, I mean, one way or the other, whatever happens, we're still gonna get those Rollins promos. Oh my God. Anyway, guys, there you go. Thank you for watching, guys. Please subscribe. Click the bell. Poston informed me that he's not even getting notifications when my videos post up. Like I'm saying, forget about notifications. Like, if you subscribe to me, you might not even see my videos when they come up in your subscription box. So, save yourself the trouble. If you want these videos, just all you gotta do is click the bell. Click the bell. I'm not even sure if that will happen, if that will 100% solve the problem, but it will definitely make you more likely to get the notifications. Thank you for watching, guys. This has been your YWC champ, and I'm signing out.